Hey, Dwane. Over the course of a season, I imagine that every player plays some part in how team chemistry develops. With this team this year, how important have the rookies been in developing the identity you guys have developed as a hard playing team?
Well, a lot, because you look at Sadiq, how hard he plays, and Isaiah, how hard he plays, and but I've always put that responsibility on setting the tone for the season, your identity, with the veteran players. They set the tone. A guy like Wayne and a guy like Rodney, those guys, set the tone every day. A guy like Mason, Jeremy, they set the tone for the intensity. But the great thing about it, the young players are right in step with those guys, and that makes it easy. It's not like you have a bunch of rookies that they got to get in line as far as playing hard, intensity, sense of urgency, and all those things. Our rookies are automatically there, maybe not knowing all the time what to do, but the hard play, the intentions of hard play is always there.
I remember, I think in training camp in 2019, it was going into Bruce Brown's second year, and I think you said he had now earned the right to have a voice. Can you see with these rookies, is there one or two of them maybe that you think are going to develop into leaders rather quickly?
Well, it is, and I don't know if that's their personality to be a outspoken leader, more so by actions right now with their personality. A young man like Sadiq, a young man like Isaiah, not a man of a bunch of words, but they play hard. But a young man like Saban, I always tease him. I couldn't get in Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt recruited me. I was just joking with him. But not a lot of guys can get in Vanderbilt. And he's a sharp young man, articulate young man, can articulate his thoughts of what's going on the court. He's probably that vocal guy in that group. Killian is a quiet young man. So out of that group, probably the outspoken leader would be Saban.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to McGeorg.
Dwane, I know you run into your former players all across the league, but how strange is it to run into a collection like the one you'll see tonight on one team?
Well, it's Detroit West. You got a bunch of guys like that. It's different. Same thing when you play Toronto. Same thing when you play different teams around the league with former players, and it's great to see them. You're happy the way they're playing and how they've all fit together with their team. But on that one night, you want to kick their butt. So, but it's different. Luke is playing well right now. All those guys are really competing and playing well. So it's one of those things that he's in the right place at the right time with the Clippers, and I'm happy for him. Like I said, just twice a year, I don't hope him well.
Dwane, how tough is it for guys to muster the energy on a back-to-back like this, the end of a long road trip? What is that challenge tonight?
It's a gut check. It's difficult. It's a gut check between two of the top offensive teams in the NBA, and entire league, not only the Western Conference, but the entire league. And to get out and get the defensive mindset and the energy and whatever it takes to battle. And that's something I thought last night. In spurts we did, and in spurts we didn't. They pushed us around. Cantor had his way with us inside. We were not physical enough, and those are things we can control. A lot of times you play great defense and get a hand up, challenge a shot. You can't stop some of guys like a guy like Lillard. But what you can do, you can physically go and hit somebody and box out somebody and grab a rebound. Those things we can control. We got to make sure we do those. But tonight will be a tough test, character builder, last game of a long road, West Coast road trip. But that's what we're here this year for, is to learn every experience. And one of the players told me this morning, every experience is new. Every time they go out, they go into a new experience, a new situation on the court. And this is another one.
Thanks, Dwane.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll go to Cameron Buford.
Hey, Coach. I'm not sure exactly the relationship you have with Ty Lue, but he's taken over a team that's underperformed last season. And to hold them accountable and to move on this year, can you speak to the challenges that he's kind of faced in the job that you've seen him do?
Ty has done a magnificent job. Ty did a great job in Cleveland. That's why I'm in Detroit. He did every year we got up to him in the playoff conference finals. They knocked us out, but he's done a heck of a job everywhere he's been. He has it. Ty has that personality and that approach that players enjoy playing for. He approaches it from a player standpoint, but he still holds guys accountable and puts guys in the right situation. And again, he has a good feel for it from being a player himself in championship situations. So Ty has done a heck of a job, and Steve has done a good job, and those guys, Lawrence, done a good job of putting the right team together. Again, it's not easy to win in this league, but they've got the right man in Ty Lue and in the position. Not saying that Doc didn't do a good job. Believe me, he did a heck of a job too. But Ty is doing a heck of a job in his situation.
Thank you, Coach.
Next, we'll go to Andrew with LA Times.
Hey, Dwane, Reggie Jackson this year, kind of he's gone back and forth between roles for the Clippers, but kind of whatever they've asked him to do, he's done a pretty good job. And I know that health is something that has been big for that, and he didn't enjoy good health with you guys. But whether it's health or something else you've noticed, like does the version you've seen of Reggie this year seem different to you than the guy you coached?
No, well, you hit it on the head, Andrew. Health is the number one thing. He was, the 2 years we were together, he wasn't totally healthy. And it was something that each year. First year was pretty good, but one thing here, he's in a perfect situation. There's no pressure. He can play his game. He can shoot when he's open. He can distribute the ball. He can go and spot up. And he's in. And Reggie's growing as a young man. He's matured tremendously. But again, having that group around him where he's an important piece instead of the hub, I think is the main thing. And he's played that role great. Again, it's going to be great to see Reg and we've texted back and forth over the year and different times and just wishing him luck and how proud I am the way he's playing and his team is playing. So, but he's in the right setting, right situation, right fit for this team here with the Clippers.
And not being able to, I know he had some initial success. You guys make the playoffs or at least the team makes the playoffs that year. His first year.
Part of it. He was healthy that year.
Yeah. When he couldn't stay healthy and couldn't kind of get back to that level on the team, did you see that wear on him just in your interactions?
It did. It did on everybody around because he was frustrated with his body and we needed the help at that time for him to come back, but you can't rush a young man like that to come back. So it was frustrating for everyone around. And but again, he tried and worked, just took forever to come back. Got specialists to look at him. And so it's one of those things that it was just unfortunate. And luckily, the time off and the healing and the new situation is a fresh start for him. And it's good for Reggie, and I'm happy for him.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew.
Next question will go to Lawrence Murray.
Hey, Dwane, good to see you, man. On the same kind of, you spoke at length about Reggie. Luke Kennard, this is his first season here. He was with you guys, not just the previous, your previous years with the Pistons, but also throughout that weird off season that you guys had as far as having the bubble, your own bubble in Detroit before the trade to LA. And just wanted to get your perspective on what you learned about him throughout the time where he wasn't playing right before the trade.
Well, Luke is a scorer. He's a big time scorer. It was a situation where he was, improving. He was one of our better pick and roll players in that situation. And I think more than anything else, it was probably more of a contractual situation, a business situation, business decision on his part, team's part, everybody like that. But Luke is a player. He's an offensive player. He's really good in the pick and rolls. He's crafty. That's one part of his game I think people overlook is his passing. And he's a definite knockdown three-point shooter. I know he's shooting at a high clip right now. He's hot. So, and also a great kid. He's just a tremendous young man, tremendous family. And got fond of Luke while he was there. And again, the business of basketball sometimes takes over from everything else. But Luke is going to have a tremendous career in this league for a long, long time.
And we'll wrap it up with Miriam Swanson.
Hi there, Coach. Thanks for your insight on all this. I got one more Reggie question for you. You mentioned sort of, that every game and every experience is helps players along. What do you think that sort of up and down tenure he had in Detroit did for him?
It probably humility. It probably humbled Reggie to let him know that this league is not, is not forever. It could go at any moment if you have bad health, bad luck with your health. And I think that's something that probably sparked something with Reg. I don't know. You have to ask him, but from outside looking in, that would be my take on it, because it was a spark. And now with good health, I promise you, he won't take it for granted. And nor should any guy in the league take health for granted. So, but again, Reggie's a super young man. He's a great kid. And again, the light room when he walks in. And so that's something I think he learned from that experience, was how leading a career if you're not careful, and make sure you take advantage of every minute you're on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach. We're all set for now.
Thank you.